Hey guys, welcome to this video. So today I'm just going to do a review of the new Too Faced Pretty Rebel palette. We just recently got this in at work and I absolutely fell in love with it when I swatched it. So I'm just going to go through and show you guys each shade, tell you what I like about it, describe the formula, and I'm going to do a couple of swatches. So if you guys want to see inside this new Too Faced palette, then just keep on watching. So first I'd like to say I absolutely love the packaging. The box and the palette are identical. I just think this is so badass and it kind of fits the purpose and the name of this palette. So it's Too Faced Pretty Rebel. I guess it's kind of like a rocker kind of new palette, but I absolutely love the packaging. This is the front of the palette and that's the back. So it just tells you a little bit about the palette. So I'm going to read it. It says, even pretty girls can break the rules. Be as rebel as you want to be with 10 powerful after hours approved and all new shadows in the deepest jewel tones, the most badass metallics, and one scene stealing pink. So I absolutely love that description and I feel like this palette called out to me. Inside of the box you get that typical Too Faced kind of beauty guide that they always give with their palette. So it just shows you a couple of different looks and it shows you how to do them. I usually don't follow their instructions because there's usually a lot more that I need to do. I can't just have 1, 2, 3 and then be done. It just doesn't work that way. The first look that I see is called Rebel Rocker and that's actually really pretty. The second one is Pretty Rebel, which is named after the palette. And the last one that they give you is Rebel 9 to 5. I guess it's a more wearable look, and it's actually using the main shade that I'm using today. Also, if you want to see the tutorial for the look that I'm wearing today, I'll be sure to link that down below. So when you open the palette, you get a huge mirror, so say hello to yourselves. And then you have the row of 10 shadows, and I'll go through each one and I'll show you what they are. So the first shadow that we have on top is called Dainty, and it's kind of like a milky whitish pink color. It's a matte formula, so it's good to use as a highlight. And if you want to see a swatch, there it is. So it looks pretty white here, but it does have a little bit of pink in the actual shadow, but there it is. And I want to say that all of these shadows are pretty pigmented and I'm actually really impressed with them. I've never really used any of the Too Faced eyeshadows before, so I'm really excited about this. And here, I'll just do a quick swatch of Dainty on the back of my hand. So as you can see, it's pretty pigmented, and I want to say it's easily blendable as well. So the one right below it is called Ringleader, and it's kind of like this pinky, not really shimmery, I want to say maybe a satiny kind of color. There's a little bit of shimmer in it, but it's not over the top. And it's really soft and really nice and also extremely pigmented, as you can see. You can see that. It looks very similar to Dainty, just a little bit darker, a little bit more pink, and it's a different formula. So if you don't want a matte highlight, you can always go for this one. It's a really pretty highlight. It's what I'm wearing today. I don't even know if you can see that, but yeah. So here's a swatch on my hand. I'm not flipping you guys off. So yeah, then again, it's a really nice highlight color, also very easily blendable. The next color up top is Charming, and it's a really dark brown, and it's also a matte formula, so as you can see, super pigmented. It's really, really dark brown, almost black, I would say. When you put it on your eye, it does come off a little bit more charcoal than kind of like a reddish brown color, but super pigmented. I'll do the swatch on the back of my hand so you can see. So there you go. You can tell that it's really very dark, and I used a little bit of it today. I would say go lightly at first with this. Since it is a matte and it is so pigmented, it could be a little bit hard to blend out, but it's not impossible. And these shadows actually do have very good staying power, as you can see. I have no primer on my hand at all. So the one right under Charming is called Gangsta, and I kind of like that name. It's going to be a shimmery, lighter brown than the Charming color was. So this is also good for darkening up your crease, or even as an all-over color if you want more of a bronzy look. I'm out of focus, sorry about that. So it's very soft, very pigmented as usual. I'll do a swatch here. So it's kind of more of like a bronzy brown shade. It's very pretty. It's very soft too. Also easily blendable, as you can see. So the next color up top is the main color of the look that I'm wearing today, and it is called Girly. This one is like a duochrome kind of shifty, cool eyeshadow. When you swatch it, well, when you look at it, it looks mainly brown, but when you actually swatch it, you'll see that maybe the outside of it is more brown, and then the main color you'll see like a green color, and it actually shifts in the light. So as you can see now, it looks a little bit more brown, and when I put it towards the camera, you can see the green. So that's the color of the eyeshadow that I am wearing today. And as you can see, in different lights, it looks kind of gold, a little bit of brown. You'll see some green in there, and then I actually added black to the outer corner, and that just made the green in the shadow turn to like a really pretty shimmery hunter green. So I really like that. So here, I'll do a swatch for you guys so you can see. So most of it looks green, and then depending on the light, you can see that brown tone that it has to it. It's really pretty, and I would say this one is a really good look if you're trying to do like a simple look. It's really good because you don't have to worry about blending and anything like that. The one right under is called Instigator. It's this gorgeous kind of antique gold, I want to say. It looks pretty bright here, super soft, super pigmented, and it's gorgeous on like a darker skin. It's like a more yellow tone gold, but it's just so pretty to just sweep all over the lid. And here's the swatch for you. As you can see, it looks very yellow, but it's super pretty when you sweep it over the lid. I wore this actually the other day with some black in the outer corner, and it was pretty awesome. So in the next row, you're gonna go right up here, and you're gonna have that bright, bold pink color, and this is supposed to be like the badass shadow of the palette. It's pretty okay. Pinks are really hard to work into looks, but you know, if you know what you're doing, then it can be really pretty. This one's called Totally Fetch, and when one of my friends saw the palette, they were like, oh look, they made Fetch happen. If you ever seen Mean Girls, you know what I'm talking about. So this one is really pretty to me. It's more of like a blue toned hot pink. So in the light, you'll see some of like it's like a shifty blue color, and I think it's really gorgeous. I actually paired this lip color with this look today based off of this shadow because I'm wearing Show Orchid today for MAC, which is also like a blue tone hot pink, and it's kind of a shifty blue tone, so it actually matches the shadow pretty well. So there's a swatch without any primer or anything or any base under it, so I would say it's decently pigmented. It's not as pigmented as I would say like maybe Sugar Pill's Dolly Pop, but if you layer it, it's, you know, you'll have no problem getting that really nice color. So as you can see, there's a little bit of blue in the center, and that's the blue shift that I was talking about. Super pretty look. Be very careful with this because you don't want to make your eyes look irritated or anything like that. But if you work it properly, it can look really pretty. And they actually use this color in one of their glamour guide looks, which was the Pretty Rebel look. So right under Totally Fetch is this pretty kind of navy blue color. It's a shimmer shadow. And this one, I had high hopes for it. It's actually really pretty, a really pretty kind of soft navy color, and it is a shimmer. It's okay. The pigmentation is okay because there's a little bit of shimmer in it, and you kind of just get the like ruddy blue color. You don't really get any of that shimmer on it, which I think would have made it a lot better. Also, I mean, all these shades are pretty easily blended, but this one, when you blend it out, you kind of lose that shimmer. You still get the kind of, it's more of like a gray blue when you blend it out, and you kind of really have to layer this one, you know, in order to see what the actual shade is. You can see a little bit of the shimmer, but a lot of it does go away. But again, it's a nice color that you can maybe, I would say this would probably be good to like smoke out on the bottom lash line. I think that would be really pretty. And for the last row, the top one is this really gorgeous black shimmer shade. It's called Miss Sparkles. The thing, I got really excited when I saw this because it was so pretty, but the thing that it reminded me of was like the black color from the Sigma Paris palette, which I think is called the Eiffel Tower. It's like the Eiffel shade, which is another black with glitter in it, and it's insanely pigmented, just as the Sigma one is. As you can see, this is barely touching it. This is like super pigmented, and you see some of the shimmer in there, and when you put it on, it's, you know, that black shade, and you see a little bit of the shimmer. But again, I like a lot of these shades that are like this. Once you blend that out, you're gonna lose a lot of that sparkle. You're not gonna see it as it looks here. So that's the only thing that's disappointing about shadows like this. They're so pretty in their palettes, but once you apply them to your eye, like I used it to set my eyeliner today and you don't even see any of the sparkle. That's the kind of thing that's kind of disappointing with these. But I mean, if you need a black, it's super pigmented, so an easy addition. I used it today to darken up the crease, and it actually shifted the girly shade a lot, and it made the green in it like a hunter green, and it's really pretty. It kind of looks like I'm just wearing like a gold and a green, but again, it's, you know, a really easily used shade, and this one just kind of transformed it a little bit. The last shade in the palette is called Jailbird, and it's this really pigmented, gorgeous silver color. It's really pretty, very smooth, extremely pigmented. I wore this on my lid the other day, and honestly, you don't even need that much because it goes on as pigmented. When you blend it out, it's as pigmented. So I would say this is a really good silver, not even like a shimmery color, it's like a frost, a really good frost silver to have, and it looks really good with the black or any color really. It kind of has like a blue tone to it a little bit, and that one is Jailbird. So that was just a quick look at all 10 shades in this palette, and honestly, I really love it. I would say this is a good palette to get for someone who is just getting into using color. I know color can be a really scary thing for people, especially if they don't really know how to use the shadows and use the proper tools in order to achieve certain looks. I think this palette is really good to start out with. It retails for $46, and you can find it at Sephora and anywhere else that they sell Too Faced. I'm sure, I think Ulta probably also sells Too Faced. So yeah, Ulta, Too Faced, Sephora.com or TooFaced.com, or even probably Ulta.com. So this is a new Too Faced palette. That was a quick look at it. If you want to know any more, just leave any questions down below. If you want me to do more looks using this, like I said before, I did use this palette to create this look today. I will insert the link down below. If it's not up yet, eventually I'll make an annotation in this video for where the video is, and I'll eventually link it. But if you want me to do another look using different shades inside of this palette, definitely just let me know down below in the comments, and I'll make sure that I do that for you. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, any comments or questions that you have, just leave them down below, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.